Awesome. No, get friggin'
Cool.
That's it there?
You can sit wherever you want.
I really want to go home.
Oh, well, you can't sit there.
But I didn't, I mean, I knew losing my in-laws was gonna be tough, I just didn't realize how tough it was gonna be,
Yeah.
but also.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing extreme involved with
That's good.
handling grief properly and going through the stages properly and being sensitive to each other properly, and
Good.
it's been a huge proof of what we said we believe.
Yeah.
So
Did Brandon tell you he got faculty of the
of
year?
course he did.
Yeah. I voted for him. He does a good job.
He loves people. He really, really, really loves his job. Nick is an incredible leader.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear, because I don't know him well. He's very quiet. He does not talk a lot to everybody, so I haven't really connected with Nick.
Incredible. Like at 4:30, he'll say, Brandon, shut it down, or I'm gonna turn off your access. I'm going home either way. So either you get out of it, or you'll have to start all over tomorrow, because I'm gonna erase what you did. And Brandon turns around and Nick will say, this is what I want done, and Brandon will say, how soon can I get started?
Yeah.
And how soon you want it, rather than how long can I put it off, and they just work really well together, and Nick is just a really good mentor for Brandon.
That's awesome.
I really appreciate that, man.
That's great. That's really good.
Who does any updates to the program with software?
To Pure Chiro Notes,
Mhm.
I noticed the check-in screen's different for the practice members.
Yeah, kiosk is different.
Yeah.
So a lot more slick and a lot easier.
The little things on the side,
You can
the
actually,
little arrows, they're a little confused, but they'll be fine. I have a lot of old people. So they're figuring it out.
you can actually access that directly without letting anybody have access to your program.
Mhm.
There's an actual separate login to the kiosk though.
Oh, that's cool.
So add security.
Yeah,
So that's good.
yeah, that's really cool. I didn't know that. Is that a separate login from what we usually log in?
It's just saying login, it's a separate avenue.
Gotcha.
So they would have to know that URL to get to it.
Gotcha.
So it's a totally different point. That's really cool.
Yep, that's awesome.
And some of the matches, would you like
Nope,
smell sulfur?
it might be my heat.
First time on.
Yeah. I'm not usually in here. I shut that sucker off.
How are they doing for you here?
Really good.
Yeah.
Yep,
Very happy. The
me too.
transition of practices usually are very difficult.
Yeah,
Extremely difficult because they're personality based. I mean,
Yeah.
practices are personality based, and see them transfer successfully is it's a miracle in our profession.
yeah. I have a very high retention rate for his people,
Right. Plus,
which is great.
he didn't lie to you about his numbers, you knew what.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly what you.
I know what, and
I bought 2 practices and both of them lied to me, but what I bought was 20% of what they said I was getting.
yeah,
So, fortunately, we got out of the second one before anything was signed.
mhm,
But the first one drove me to bankruptcy, got out of school. So it's good to see this. Of course, and when you got a godly man like.
yeah, I mean, that he would never take your membership.
It's just amazing. Plus, you know, he's really retiring. It's not just selling an asset to start another one.
Right,
So
yeah,
very happy. This is the way it should be done. Should take on somebody to mentor. Should take on somebody that's eager to learn. Should take on somebody that's eager to serve like you. And that's a good model.
I think a huge thing that helped was I was here doing my own thing for years.
Yep.
So if they knew I was here, they may not have seen me, but they saw my name on stuff and they saw me changing things here and there. And then I started shadowing him when we knew I was gonna start taking over, so that they saw me in here at the same time he was in here, so that they knew that it was okay. And that we check spines very similarly, we adjust very similarly, so that's helpful. I think the biggest thing that I was worried about was people not liking if I make changes.
Yeah.
And it was funny when I took over the front room and I moved his stuff to the back. He wanted me to do it when when he was done.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope, we're gonna do it the last 2 weeks before you leave. And it was really because I wanted them to see that he was okay with his stuff being moved. So Sean and I came here and met him here and we moved all of his stuff. And then for 2 weeks, it was all, she's already kicking you to the back room, huh? And he got, that's right. Yes. And it made everything okay.
Yep. Yep.
So, and then I never changed another thing. I'm not gonna, it's been a year. It's been a whole year since, well, I mean, over a year now, but a year, September 1st. And I said for the first year, I wasn't changing all the pictures, I wasn't painting anything, I wasn't changing the way stuff is, because people don't like change. So they've already got a big change with me in here. So we're just gonna leave things as is. And then I'll slowly start to change stuff, so.
Yep.
Not that I feel like there's a lot to change, so I'm happy with where I'm at.
Very good.
And I just got off my busiest months in practice ever, which was great. So,
Congratulations.
thanks, that was a big deal.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's been really good. And I like that he's still around.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, he's still here on Wednesdays for a couple hours and he sees his people, his ride or die people. Yeah, and the ones that I would not want to take care of, to be quite honest. I love them all, but he can have them. So they come in and see him and it's great. Yes. I just like that we don't, I have never felt like in competition with Bill. Never felt like that. Even when I was in here before, I was seeing his people. He's never made me feel like that.
I don't think he's ever felt that there's any competition within chiropractic. I think he's always known that we don't have enough chiropractors.
Yeah.
You get 5 chiropractors in there and still not able to serve just the 10-block radius.
Yeah. Yep.
And so that's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
You have people that still to this day they have an office south of downtown, almost in the Packlet. Well, not quite Packlet, but down where the edge of the city is. And anytime somebody says, I need a chiropractor in Dinnerman or Bowling Springs, they're right on there. Well, come all the way down here and see me. Like, it's like, why do you have to do that?
Right. Yeah.
There's 5 chiropractors in Inman, there's 3 right across the highway. Why do you think you even have to speak? Somebody's gonna take care of them.
Right.
Why do you think it asks for you?
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah. Well, it's been interesting teaching, seeing, you can see. And I try to stay very Switzerland with all of the students. You can see which path they are going down. I mean, you've got the ones who think school is a competition, let alone chiropractic is a competition, and perfection and all of the things, and people who are in it just to make money, or people who are in it to serve. You can see that through school, which is interesting.
so when I applied to be president, they asked me what my big thing was. So don't have enough money now when we go to charge tuition with big string, big deal we let in. I think you need to say small enough where we can pivot quickly, get up to force chiropractic.
Yeah.
When it gets big and has multiple schools, it's very hard to turn.
Yes.
With life, it's so hard to turn to make any changes. And I'm sure this nimble and quick. Imagine when you can't pick their students. Didn't have to worry about paying staff, we keep the same staff, whether there's 500 or 50, because of mine. Because the students aren't paying tuition anyway.
Yeah.
And we can use the best of the best and be that delta force, that cutting edge of what chiropractic should be.
Yeah.
I think that would solve a lot of those problems, we can pick the ones that want to be there for chiropractic.
Yeah.
Maybe 500 students on campus with that kind of mentality.
Yeah, it would be great, and I understand why they don't accept money from some of the different people who offer, but they really should start looking outside of chiropractors as well. I mean, there's a lot of money in Spartanburg. They tend to.
I was very glad that they took and found the money from part of it, agriculture to build the new campus. Otherwise, I really think that would close it out the education. It's just falling apart. Well, you know.
I was there.
You were there.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, the campus is beautiful.
But there's a difference in taking money from Michelin. And taking money from Philadelphia.
Yes.
The intent
Agreed.
is totally different.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. And they have the opportunity, if they would look into it, to find people who would love to support Sherman that are right around here. And be able to try to build that up, because it would be nice to just see the school not tuition funded. But,
No, I remember.
big court, we got a big court come in at 62.
Wow.
Yep,
Amazing.
yep,
That's not good. That's false.
that's usually the biggest quarter, but we haven't had over 60 in a long time.
We had the first couple of waves of Puerto Rican, we had 124 and 42, and was that?
Yeah.
So they didn't, most of them didn't make it 3.3. That's still a lot, 62, all those two, that's a lot.
Yep. Yep.
Remember Donofrio taking me, first week I was dean and was saying, they can tell you some stuff, because since you're gonna be trying to rebuild our reputation in the community, because there were some really dark days. You heard about Sid Williams, taking bankruptcy notices and tearing them down in the trash, saying, okay, I filed that, and we'll take care of it, and like it back up. Because that happened here too. There's a lot of people in town that have bad blood for generations, because sometimes you just can't pay the bills. Okay. So I think we've gotten past that.
Yeah.
They've gotten past that. But there's still some reticence within the organization for those who've been there that long to push into the community, because we might find somebody who stirs up, oh, you my grandpa, that most people are slowly retiring. Oh, my heart broke, my heart, Dr. C was retiring, but I had, she was just in the middle one.
30 years, she just celebrated 30 years.
So,
Yeah.
remember telling stories sitting on Major Palmer's knee.
Insane.
Holy cow,
That is insane.
to remember that. I didn't think she was that old, but, yeah, I mean, remember that you had to be 5'6".
Right.
He died at 61, so 6 years old and 50. It's younger than my parents.
Yeah. She definitely helps the students transition from one building to another. She's incredibly helpful. She knows Sherman's system. She teaches it well. She's incredibly patient. So it'll be interesting to see how that.
She was a master of the Sherman politics too.
Mhm.
She was a master of that. I'm like, I wish we just listened to her a couple more times, ask her a few more questions.
Mhm.
Because she was a master. She was just quiet for a week. We'll talk about it next week. I don't know why. I mean, you're not being in business. It's like no, not this week. Why? You don't need to know. Just not this week. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
I was on this period where I don't know what's going on, but whatever we do is going on.
Dooley's done a great job. He's really trying to pull it together.
I am so glad to hear that. I had my doubts first. But I see the same thing. Tytronics trying to work with them and the clinic. So I see the same thing. I'm seeing the change anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's good.
Yeah, and I think he's less self-focused and more Sherman focused. And it really has helped. I've been working with him trying to get the two buildings more on page and congruent with curriculum and philosophy and all the things. And we've had great meetings and he asks my advice and trying to get the buildings together, and we're working on some things, and it's gonna be really
I
good.
don't understand why that even exists. That like, see, that was huge. It was like you left one school and went to another,
Yeah.
and there's this small one. It's just like, why did that even exist in the first place?
I don't know. I think what I'm getting, one thing is that Erwin didn't want some people teaching in both buildings. Why? I have no idea. But there's meta competencies in one building that's different than the other. So trying to figure out what's required, CCE requirements, what's required for in the clinic, what has to be done versus what we want done versus all the extra stuff that's being done. Let's get rid of the extra stuff. Let's do the things we have to do and the things we want to do, and then make sure that they're congruent with what we're doing in the other building. So I think that's a very small piece of that process.
No, the image is okay. We're done with grade school now, so we don't have to listen to grade school teachers anymore.
Right.
When they're still the experts on what they're teaching. Yeah. Now we're a clinic, and so my clinician who's off the street, whatever technique he or she prefers is now the thing I do.
Right.
No, that's not the way it should be.
Right. And he's done a great job reeling that in.
Good. Good.
Yeah, I'm rewriting the Sherman system textbook. We used to have, there was a Sherman system in 2008 and it kind of like fell away. And we're bringing it back. Joe put it together with a bunch of people.
Yeah, because Hart in Hart was what I'm glad to hear that too.
So we're pulling that back out. I'm redoing that. When we get that redone, it's gonna be like a training module used as well for a textbook for the school, of course, but also as like a training module when a case doctor comes in. They know exactly what we do, how we do it, why we do it. There'll be like modules and review and tests and all the things. They audit classes now. When you have a case doctor come in, they sit in the technique classes for the first year,
Yeah.
learn the system. So yeah, that's helped a lot.
For somebody who wants to create software to support that. That you would finally have, I mean, I've had bits and pieces and I've had copies of old money. To have a manual that you can actually go through the clinic and use software that supports it,
Mhm.
rather than teaching you how to be a med practitioner.
Right.
I mean, it's some of our, schizophrenia. You're forced to use tools that don't fit a variable.
Well, there's also certain things that we have to have,
Right.
so we have to make sure that that's in there. But I don't know all of that.
And
It's not mine.
coding, I think, should not be our thing, it should be a coding specialist.
Do you think that a chiropractor that does not do insurance, doesn't have an NPI or a P10 and doesn't do Medicare and all that stuff should be signing an ABM?
No, ABN is an advanced beneficiary notice of a covered service
That's what I thought.
that may not be covered.
Okay.
If you're doing what Medicare says is not covered, you're actually breaking the law by doing it.
Okay, cause I've done it. And
But
you,
even if
you know,
you
you're
weren't,
here, Beth. Even if you weren't what?
even if you're not doing it, you're not NPI, you can do this, but you did a covered service. Then that's an ABN. That's when you do pain care, or condition care, or disease care, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what sets us apart from Beth, who thinks she's a paradigm 3 chiropractor, she's not, she's a strong paradigm 2 chiropractor.
Mhm.
Because she's running with the WCE, the CCE, and the SNLE.
Right,
So she's one of the leaders.
right,
She's a paradigm 2 chiropractor, it's all about disease, it's all about what condition based, that's what he does in rights, and with, we focus on when the condition's gone. That's how chiropractic
right,
does.
right.
We're like, you know, we focus on some stations. Whatever else is going on, that's a medical issue. Yeah, we're not doing it to make you feel better. We're doing it for maintenance and wellness and optimization here, which Medicare says that they don't do.
Because I've also heard augers say the same thing, where it's like, oh, well, if the chiropractor is not doing Medicare, they better be having them sign an ABN, and their notes better be clear that they're not doing treatment based, and I'm like, I don't think I don't think you're supposed to do that. And you shouldn't be coding anything, because as soon as you start to code, you're stating that you're diagnosing and treating, which is a billable thing for Medicare.
Yes and no, if you use the M99 codes versus their M90 codes or whatever, there's 2 good sets of codes. If you use the one that Medicare doesn't like, they don't recognize those codes anyway.
So the 9894041s, those are the ones,
Those are procedure codes, those are diagnosis.
okay. And then
Those are the
ICD.
same.
Yeah.
ICD-10 is
Yeah.
the M99 1000.
And so there's 2 sets, one they recognize, one they don't.
Just like before, we had the 99.11. The 799 and the 899 codes, whatever, I can't remember what they're on. But they had 2 sets, one that's Medicare like, which was completely musculoskeletal, no neural at all. Then we had the ones that chiropractors like, which had a somatic dysfunction, which kind of included neurology, not really. And so if you use Medicare codes, and I would say that's, we gotta be careful. Use the other ones, and Medicare don't like those anyway, so they're not covered.
Gotcha.
What I like now is using people's HSA and FSA. Because they'll just take their seats and with a chiropractor.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
and I really like right now, he was like, I've got $1,000 left in my HSA and I gotta get rid of it by soon. Guess what? We got a 6-month plan, we got a 12-month plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you actually look at it and read it for yourself and look at what it says. I am convinced, it says. An ABA is only used for a covered service that may not be paid for. And what I do is not covered by Medicare.
Right.
They say that, and I can quote page and whatever, they say that. So what I'm doing is not covered with my Medicare. the ABN is useless.
Yeah.
And then if you fill it out wrong, as in like, make sure you check part two, if you give them any kind of guidance whatsoever on it, you're breaking the law. So it's just a trap for us. It's a trap for them.
Yeah.
And they say, well, Medicare's been granted. Why would Medicare come after me? And it's not, I'm not costing them anything.
Right.
Why
And
would
we're
they spend
not
money?
taking advantage of the elderly. I mean, their biggest
Yeah.
things.
They have couples, you probably Medicare for billions now.
Right.
Used to be millions, right? Now it's $1 billion, that one couple.
Right.
$1.2 billion in Medicare fraud.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Right. Hey, how are you? This is my place. That's right.
It's got a spark. That. Sparkly for people. Sparkly.
Sir,
Good morning.
what you got there? Ooh, where'd you get those from?
And. I don't know.
Yeah.
Haircut. Thank you so much.
Mm.
Or you just let it grow? I just let it grow and went to go get a haircut. My wife's like, see, I kind of like that. I'm like, I think shampoo now, I think time in the shower. I'm like,
You can't go like that and go.
yeah, it's like, ugh. So, life license, you gotta do.
I'll get your pictures.
Thanks. Oh, it's so Scott. No. Yeah. Moving is moving. Crazy couple weeks.
What's the pulse of people? I was actually gonna ask you, the pulse of, what's the name?
Hi, guys.
Hey, Jodi.
Is that Deccan?
Is that you?
My head's on a swivel, brother.
Is that you?
I had such a good ride today, Bill.
Well, good, I haven't ridden in a month.
Well, that's sad.
That's terrible.
I'm
We
gonna,
had a
also-
really nice ride today.
I'm gonna make you
Hi, buddy.
co-hosts. Jodi, I'm gonna make you also co-host, so if you need to share anything on the screen,
All right, cool. I do have a whole thing.
and I'm also gonna pin you, so we can only look at you.
That's the
Where are you
first,
guys? Are you in
Bill's
Spartanburg?
office. We're in Bill's office in Spartanburg.
Okay.
that's the first month I haven't ridden a whole month since like, I don't know, 1986.
That's sad, Bill. You gotta
It
get
is.
back there.
It is.
We had a nice ride today.
What was your elevation today, your vertical
We
stuff?
were flat. We
Yeah?
didn't go high. We did
Okay.
like 20 miles. It was just lovely. It was an easy
20 is
ride.
good, it was a beautiful day here.
It was beautiful here too.
74,
I
Was-
saw her in clips, Bill.
it should have been like a 60-mile day.
It should have been a 60 mile. I was adjusting this morning though. I couldn't get it all in.
Well, yeah, but you rode 20, that's good.
Yeah,
I should have done 60.
you should have done 60.
I have to
Hey,
get,
have you
I have
heard
to get
about
things back in gear.
You got it literally.
Yep.
That's great.
Because they are, they're looking.
Can see a lot of old pay stuff too.
They're looking.
We are really struggling
Yeah, right.
with getting the new graduates out to these meetings that we have,
You got to get some young speakers. That's what they want to hear.
young speakers.
They want to hear young docs who are crushing it in practice.
Okay,
Like Lona.
yeah,
Lona's a great, you know who the circuit speakers are.
yeah.
All of the anybody who's young and shiny and excited, and that's who they're gonna come out for.
And doesn't make them feel bad because they're doing other things than chiropractic?
I don't really understand any of that. Like, isn't what we do enough? But for
Well, I'm with you. Our group
I
is,
will never understand it.
or at least if you wanted to be able to do that, come and learn it.
Yeah, I don't really know. I don't get it. Where is this office located?
Off Reedville Road.
Okay. Wow, you're right there.
I'm 8 miles, 8 minutes from school.
Is this your office?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dr. Tara is here 5 days a week. I'm only here 1 day a week.
oh, I love that.
Gene and.
Can you hear us pretty good?
Say it again.
Can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
I can, but you're looking up and I'm down.
I'm here 5 days a week. and I'm
Look
not-
down. Look at whatever screen I'm on.
Oh, you're on the
Hi,
computer.
yes.
Okay, I'm looking at the screen on the wall. Okay,
Buddy.
I got you now.
Anything else? Not just on us, so we hear your job of higher level.
You think they?
So I don't,
It's fine,
you
right?
go get water, you get water.
Go get water.
But unless they do, then I'm also gonna say, listen, we need to clean up right now.
He said that they're so.
People like that.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I had it going for a while on the.
Yeah.
The
Well,
coalition. Oh.
Originally, when I came here, I was
We
only
don't wanna open it
Tuesday,
up.
Thursday,
You need
Saturday.
to over that.
So, because Bill was here Monday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
Friday, I'm at home.
We'll put up our laws, the boogeyman's gonna come in and take
And so,
over our, you know what?
I-
Yeah. We're trying to reclaim, we're the boogeyman.
my other day.
And that's what we gotta do, we gotta love with each and whatever.
You know, how
job
we
makes
do
us.
those.
Yeah.
those
You know, we gotta say, no, we're the
And
boogeyman.
then it just,
We're gonna get them.
I'm helping you again.
We
he's getting you, no,
it should be this.
your Coke is
Yeah.
in the refrigerator.
gotta get all this, see, no, we don't want to do this, he's ignored him.
Fine, it's still drink it.
The look, exactly.
Put a whole case for you.
Well, I don't need that many.
Well, So,
Good,
it's here for you when you're here.
yes, I'm getting, oh, good.
That's.
I got
Second
water
year
for
at
me.
school, you did a year of college, we'll realize where she wants to work.
Like,
Jodi is.
Maybe like, we can get some of it. And then back off.
What's
awesome.
Yeah.
Jodi?
Oops, that's especially.
Catherine's working.
That's a great feature job in the trades electrician. We want to practice it in my house, but it's over.
Adjusting thoracic lumbar.
You probably come, Dex,
Communications class.
he's got a
Hopefully,
really,
maybe
Ben's got a really
class
good
at some point.
he's going to the
Trying to
bottom.
work my way in there.
Career.
Those are some.
And the guy that
really
did
big
this is their
pieces of
first year of
progress.
having. Well, in not Paul State. The future is awesome.
That'd be really good.
Really
We
good.
talk about kind of,
I really love.
I give more credit.
They're actually doing it.
You would love to get the.
One of the students, one of the other students. Parents are renovating a IC rental house. Well, West Virginia. So.
The
Station, one of the kids over there.
No. Get those.
That's where you go this week.
I say, it says they do.
He's in there.
No, really, yes. You've been talking to
It's
traps.
I'm pretty excited for the
Common ground. They don't need more silo. Only if you got more grain. Well, actually, we need to put into the guys. Gravitate to the ICA recently, but then we pull back. Oh, they've always been ICA.
Oh,
They just kind of all left.
There's chili here.
Thanks, Karen.
Yes,
mean,
sir.
Even Cordero, he was just hired CEO of the ICA 6 months ago, and he resigned. All that bunch of.
You guys, I'm gonna come back in 10 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Boss.
All right. I'm gonna go bang my head against the wall.
I don't know. I think she's trying to do something on her TV.
Here, I see you have you've got a sun table?
I do. I love my sun table. I have had a little bit of trouble with the drops.
How so?
I've had it for 5 years and I've had to replace the pelvic drop twice and the cervical drop once.
Really?
So that's a little disappointing.
Okay.
No, you're still.
My Thule tape portable, I haven't had any issues with. I also have a weight limit on my sun power.
4 days.
And I got big people, so I have to use my
Yeah.
Thule.
Oh, yeah.
My Thule people will handle more weight than that sun power.
Good thing there's 3 of us in the room and I
Oh,
just
it's a video.
guys have their one holding the table up sometimes.
My really pregnant, heavy women who are heavy to start with when I'm pregnant, I can't adjust on my.
And mine, see, I gotta have mine long.
Yeah.
So like mine, I have 2, I've got one that's this high, that I don't put anybody over like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
This
On my
one,
right shoulder.
it's still smaller than.
It's 14 inches,
Yeah, well,
well,
yeah, right.
it's mine now, I use the high-low in the back,
Oh, cool.
so that thing's a beast.
I really think that I'm gonna look into.
PT's program.
Upside hill. But the elevation table.
Okay,
I use an elite. Down
And
at
then the
the
exercise.
Regenesis.
Yeah.
I handle 600 pound people.
You just put your shoulder, you go the gradual body.
clinic, my needles, I don't,
Not perfect.
there's certain things. I don't know.
Brown?
I just.
He's actually moved to mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a couple of hills. And I
Oh,
like him,
yeah,
I don't like it, he's got the pneumatic drop. And it's like so like,
It's not like air compression, yeah.
that thing just
And
goes.
then you-
Yeah, different areas.
That's what
It like, it hurts.
Yeah.
Because it goes.
Oh, really?
I have that.
I'm gonna get it just, and it's like 2 grand cheap.
that if I need it.
But I'm gonna get it just to hand it.
Yeah.
I really like the foot.
I
do.
So I took care of it.
Drop.
I ordered them after I got the deals and I got the kick drops. Yeah.
And I have the pop and drop where the pelvis piece comes up,
Okay.
so you can create a sag.
Oh, cool.
Or you can put a pregnant person on there and pop pelvis and still be able to use the drop.
Yeah. Intrinsic. I like love the kick pedal, but I don't want to use the pneumatic. There's no option.
I have a hill with dramatic inflection, so I was trained in top flexion contraction.
Okay.
I find it very useful for certain people.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, that air fade goes off, it's ching. So I usually use my hand.
You waiting on anybody?
Yeah.
Did you get RSVP?
Sam had RSVP, but then he let me know in advance that he wasn't gonna make it, he was going to see his son in at college. These guys, that's it. This company here tends to be less.
Are we recording?
We can. Actually, we are, yes.
Because if we could grab some 1 to 2 minute sound bites like George can do. And send it out to people with a message that says, this is what we do at Ignite.
Yeah.
Did you get the ones that I sent you?
Yes.
I thought they came out okay.
Look at it,
We gotta make more.
When does it record? We just hit record on it.
It's already.
Oh.
When I started, it automatic records. The AI assistant take notes, it's just Zoom does its thing.
Sure.
Now pay for because it's pure there was a podcasts and Titronics and Pure Power Notes and
Bill, you completely done?
PSCA and all this stuff.
Practical?
One day.
One day, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
School 4 days.
He cannot leave completely. He has to be here on Wednesdays because he's got some people that I absolutely adore, all of this people. Love them all. There's a handful of them that are gonna go to him until he is 90 years old, and I am okay with that.
Yeah, go.
He's been taking care of them for 40 years. They do not want me. They want Bill, and if they're gonna get their spines checked, they're gonna see Bill, and I'm totally okay with
I
that.
had a nice visit with some the other day when I was in London.
Oh, that see me now, yeah. I see a lot of your people,
I know.
Yeah.
But I came in and I sat down and chatted with them.
yeah, they liked that.
I hadn't seen them.
I was just telling Dwayne that, we've done really well, I have a very high retention rate of people.
Right.
So great.
I was just telling her, most practices I've seen don't go well. And you guys did it right.
Transition of chiropractors.
Well, just, I mean, in my first one out of college, 60% of the clients were ghosts. And,
I made a big mistake out of college.
yeah, it's just like,
Yeah.
we got a great practice and we want to retire to Florida, come in and,
$30,000.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was a $300,000 mistake. Cause I bought the property too. And then the day after his son graduated national, they took me to, bankruptcy court. So I was a few payments behind on 5 years of
Yeah, I went to-
paying for it.
Something similar. Not that much though.
So anyway, learned my lesson there, I thought. Then when Dr. Thomas passed away. And family asked me to come and take that, start digging around, and like 2/3 of his patients were ghosts.
Dandy Don?
Folder was brand new. The folders were brand new, had like 20 or 30, 40 visits in them. All the signature exactly the same and the dates were different. But the folder had never been opened more than once.
So now it's just the truth.
And, the secretary was supposed to come in to help, and she never showed up, and I called her, and she's like, yeah, no, I don't want anything to do with that. I'm like, do with what? Because yeah, he always had me go back in last week and fill in the gaps with names. So it always looked like we had a full schedule.
Dandy Don Tom.
Yeah. So, it was, I'm glad we got out of there when we did. Supposed to have had a Titron and a computer and some other stuff, but that disappeared somehow after. Somebody who worked with us said, no, that was mine, I took that before you got in there. Interesting.
That was Scott.
I'm not saying names of people still alive.
You
But
were
I
there.
did get that Pierce table, and I cleaned it and sold it to, Chris. Crisco. Nice table.
Yeah, because a lot of people make chili too many minutes. Needs more meat.
Saw the email from Matt.
Yeah.
Was that go, you guys have the go high level thing?
We've had that for a while, we just haven't pushed it along.
I've gotten an account.
Yeah.
I talked to him before, I'm gonna jump on, tell him to talk to him. Forgot to some building stuff. I don't know anything with the hell about this.
Yeah.
I think you too, for some people probably.
Well, I know that I've got a cascade of about 3 or 4 emails, I mean,
Oh, that was-
becomes a new client.
Uh-huh.
That email triggers, but a day out, they got an email and
That's
2 days after, so a week out, and then 2 weeks.
No,
You might look at it.
that was your drink
Yeah,
line.
it's in the plan. And,
You've been here more than 10 years.
yes, yeah, I moved here 14. 12 years ago. And somebody asked me this morning at coffee, he's like, how long you been here? I'm like, well, January will be 9 years since I've been at this location.
Wow.
And then I was there a year and a half with Sam down at the other location. This is the longest I've been anywhere in my profession.
Now Sam's still with you some, or is he all?
Now he's full time with me.
I was okay. Other, was he in Simpsonville for a while?
He was, unfortunately, that relationship was very toxic, and
Gotcha.
so he still goes over and visits his baby, but, he doesn't do anything over there anymore.
Gotcha.
So he's at the office 6 days a week.
What'd you say, he still does what?
He still comes to the office,
No, he's with you, I knew that.
Yeah.
I
He's
thought
not
you,
in Simpsonville
he's
anymore.
not in Simpsonville anymore. He was thinking about moving over there because his, girlfriend, baby mama, was over there, but that did not work out.
his girlfriend didn't work out.
It was very toxic. And,
He's still going pretty hardcore with the Tony Evil stuff.
yeah, he's doing really well with it too, yeah. Of course, I love Sam, and I'll say it to his face. He's always got a way to improve it. He's always got a way.
Right.
Hi guys, I'm back.
Yay!
Bill, what are you eating?
Chili,
All right, is it good?
very good.
There was something going on, I can't remember what.
Tennis or,
I didn't know I was coming to Dr. Deccan's office tonight, guys.
well, we surprise everybody like that every once in a while. We're here for you.
I'm here for you. Isn't that what we do for each other?
Well, that's what we say we do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, make sure you're pinned again. There we go.
Really?
Good.
Eat it up.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, guys, we can't be back to see Baptist.
I used to tell chiropractors that come there and visit. Welcome to the crime scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when Brandon started your philosophy class, Mike Brandon, I can't wait for you to come home. I was like, Dad, did you know? I'm like, he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I can't tell you. You got to find out for yourself.
You're cheered up.
And he goes, Dad, did you know? I'm like, yeah, I told you that.
He was in class.
Awesome.
Yeah.
He showed up and the door was locked and I was in here doing stuff. He's like, do I need to show a badge or something again? And I said, no, but I'm not hanging out here alone with the door unlocked. Not that it was once in a lifetime, never gonna happen again, but still.
That's right.
Tell me when you guys are ready for me.
Is anybody ready for the Jodi? Really? They might say they are, but are they?
There's a whole lot going on between these ears, guys.
Well, we're level 3, 4, 5s here, so you can let it rip.
I'm gonna let it rip.
You don't don't have to hold back a thing, Jodi.
I don't really know how to do that. Are we ready? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. So
done.
I know Bill. I don't know who else I know. Is this it's all the four of you guys? Is
There's
anyone else
Scott.
in the
He'll be
room?
right back.
There's 5 of them.
Okay. What would you say right now is your biggest challenge in practice? What is the thing that you're like, I just can't figure this out?
Other chiropractors.
Yep. Like feeling isolated being subluxation based chiropractors, like that we even have to define that.
Yeah.
We certainly find that why we don't interest enough young people in doing what we do in terms of meeting as a group. For fellowship, for continued learning, continued support. That's what we want to do as a group, but then we also want to feed each other for practice.
Right. I get that. And I'll talk about that. What else is like, I just can't figure this out?
Just finding the time to consistently post, come up with and post
Social media.
good social media.
Yep. Yep. I
but-
can totally talk about that. What else? Okay. So you guys, the first thing I want to do though is I want to just take a minute and if we can just close our eyes and think about Bill Henry and picture him in a state of grace and peace and health, him and Val Panaccio. I think that that would be a great tribute to people who carry the torch in our profession. Okay. So, hey, buddy, part of what happened is in around 2005, the internet took off and people our age either said, oh, no, I don't have time for that. Or they dove into it. They went in either direction, right? We're always going towards or away. And for people who went towards it, like myself, we're crushing it with the technology. It's absolutely our jam. For people who went away from it, as the decade and as the century progresses, we're finding it more and more difficult to keep up with what young people are doing, identifying with young people, because their brains are being formed in ways that there's no way that we can conceive. We cannot understand it because our brains were not formed on this frequency. So if you can just know the highlights, which is what I'm going to do my best to teach you tonight, I think it will help. And when I was in school 25 years ago, 33 years ago, 33 is my number too, go figure. I moved to Spartanburg and there's no way in hell on a Saturday night I would have wanted to sit in an office with you guys, with all due respect. I wanted to be around young, hot guys. I wanted to be like chanting at a bonfire. I wanted to be living life. And there had to be something, time, energy, money that had value for me at 25, at 30, that was very clear that I was going to gain if I was going to spend 2 hours on a Saturday evening. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
So New Beginnings is having the same struggle. Like, why can't we get any students? Why can't we get any young people? And all of the commercials are people our age. Young people aren't interested. We're their parents. So I think that we have to zoom out and remember what we wanted when we were 20, 30 years old. It's a lot different than sitting in a room on a Saturday night with a group of people who are our parents' age. However, that doesn't mean that it can't happen. You just have to put a shiny object in front of them, remembering that their brain is on the frequency that I was just talking about, not on our frequency. We didn't grow up on computers. They're growing up really subluxated to a point that we can't even understand because they don't have a cervical curve. They're growing up doing this, and there's zero curve in their neck. You see this. It's an epidemic that we don't talk about, right? And it creates thyroid issues, it creates cardiovascular issues, it goes on and on and on. So, how do we still maintain the truth of chiropractic? How do we carry the torch? How do we have one foot in both worlds? And that's the conundrum. And um, there are a couple of ways to go about it. One is to just say screw it and to just be who you are and sing your bird song and call it good and hope for the best. And the other is to learn the highlights. And the basics are chat GPT, to be able to know the ins and outs of knowing how to use chat GPT, because that's what the world is using now. To know how to capture your ideal patients in a 3-second window that you get, because that's their attention span. To make subluxation based chiropractic relevant to new doctors. And it's only relevant to them if they have a story attached to it, if they grew up as chiropractic kids. Otherwise, they just want to get out of school and make money. And maybe some of them are on a mission to change the world. I hope they are, but that's not what I'm seeing. Most of them just want to start paying off their student loans. And if they have to add functional medicine in their practice, they're going to do it. If you guys spend 10 minutes looking at the Women in Chiropractic page, it's not even a chiropractic group, you guys. It's it's like, what, I don't know what they're talking about. Like, what stim 34x5 I can't, it's a language that I don't understand. And I get it. I was only $100,000 in debt when I came out of school. They're at 400,000, something like that. So they're doing everything they can. They're grasping at straws. And what's starting to happen, what I'm seeing here in the field, is that these docs are afraid. They don't have the business know-how. They are afraid to open their practice, hit the ground running. So they go and they associate for not enough money, not enough exchange, and not enough education. And they learn everything but chiropractic. You guys, I'm totally in a nutshell, right? That's what I'm talking about. So how do we make subluxation based chiropractic, really chiropractic, relevant in 2025, 2026? And I think that I think about Arnaud and Sue and Lou Corletto and Bill and Val and um, Dr. C, and these people who I stood on their shoulders while I was in school, and they knew I was a square peg in a round hole, but they saw what I had. And um, the thing that they all had was certainty. They're sure that they're sure that they're sure. And if we can be grounded in certainty with everything that we do, that's going to be a magnet for young people, because they have zero certainty. They just don't have it. New docs coming out of school they don't know what the hell they're doing, you guys. No matter how awesome Sherman is, I'm a great fan. They don't know what a funnel is. And if you don't know what a funnel is, we have to have that conversation. Like, this is the way we market in 2025, 2026. So I want to share a couple of concepts with you. Like, I'm going to screen share with you. Let me tell you a little bit about my story. I'm definitely neurodivergent. I definitely am a square peg in a round hole. I work 10 times harder than my colleagues when I was in chiropractic school, because I'm not a book person. Although now I sit here and I've written 4 books, so there's that. Um, I I became a chiropractor because um, I got sober when I was 19, and I had to learn how to do everything all over again because I was really screwed up. And when I was 3 months into my sobriety, I met my chiropractor. And I was working at a health food store because I had to learn how to talk in complete sentences. I had to learn how to speak again because I didn't know how to speak sober. I had done way too much LSD at that point. And I started working in the health food store just to learn how to have conversations with people. And one of the people who came in my line was my chiropractor to be. And he said, I see there's something in you. I see something about you. Come to my office, come experience it. And I did. And I don't know why I did because I was really afraid of men for a lot of really good reasons. But something in me, so it's always something in me. And I went and I had my first adjustment. I thought it was very strange. I wasn't sold. I didn't have back pain and headaches. It wasn't about that for me. I just wanted life to be easier. And when I left his office, I noticed it was brighter outside. I felt more comfortable in my skin. And to this day, that has always been what chiropractic does for me. It has never been about back pain and headaches for me. It has always been about me being more connected to universal. So I I fell into the hands of giants. I studied with this, I was 19 and again, newly sober, newly excited about life, and I fell into the hands of Donnie Epstein and Val Panaccio and Matt Godwin, Dr. Decken, if you remember him, and Danny Knowles. And we started hanging out and going to Gates together and New Beginnings together and Green Book studies at Ernie Landy's office together. And I was like, this is absolutely what makes me tick. And that's the language I learned chiropractic through. If you guys read Dave Serio's 33, the new edition, I wrote a chapter about this, about how I had to learn how to speak all over, and I did it while I was learning the chiropractic language. So when I got to Sherman and I had professors saying things to me like, when you get sued for malpractice, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, this isn't chiropractic. When I had to study bugs with Dr. Vidrine, I was like, why do we have to learn this? Like, what's the, when, I remember being in Dr. Clayton's anatomy class for the first time. It was like my second day at Sherman. And I was like, I'm screwed. My brain doesn't work this fast. So, for some people, it was all really easy and absorbable. For me, it was really hard. I smoked a lot. I was 40 pounds overweight. I was constantly in pain. Sherman was a really rough experience for me because I had a head full of green books, but I was studying this stuff that had nothing to do with chiropractic, and I had a really hard time with that rub. It just, I couldn't fit it. So um I did my externship with a doctor. I'm not going to mention any names because her office was close to where my husband now is in New Jersey. She was in Pennsylvania, and she had me doing really important things like running to Burger King for her and her staff and running and going to Walmart and shopping for the office. And I kept saying, I want to learn about chiropractic. I want you to teach me how to adjust. I want to touch that baby. I want to adjust the pregnant woman. I want hands-on. I want to learn about subluxation. I want to come to I was so hungry for it. And she saw me um, as an Uber driver. Essentially, there were no Uber drivers then. And I was pissed and I had a really hard time with it. And the she told the administration at Sherman that I didn't deserve to be a chiropractor because I gave her such a hard time during my externship. And they believed her. And they told me that I wasn't going to graduate. They told me that I didn't deserve to be in the profession. And I still had a head full of green books. I knew that I knew that I knew that I was a chiropractor and that I had a calling in this profession. And I also knew that, um, I had had 5 years of going to AA meetings in downtown Spartanburg with, I was the only white girl in the room, and these guys were huge, and they just loved on me for 4 years. They took care of me. So I knew that if I could do that, I can do anything. And the more you tell me that I can't do it, the more I'm going to do it. So I graduated, obviously. I still have dreams all the time that you guys figured out that I shouldn't have graduated and I have to come back to Spartanburg. And I proved them all wrong and I crushed it in practice. And I had a box on the wall. And within 3 months, I realized that I couldn't pay my dental bill. So then I started charging my fee. I never took insurance, I never got involved with it. I've always explained the safety pin cycle. Nobody leaves my office without knowing what a subluxation is because it changed my life. So I couldn't have been taught that. No matter how great of a philosophy teacher Bill Decken is, he couldn't have taught me why it's important to me. I could have learned it cerebrally, but I was on a mission and I still am. I still talk about it all the time. Anywhere I go, anything I do, I ask people, who's your family chiropractor? And so I have this light under my ass and it hasn't dimmed at all. And with that, I lived, 20 years in practice loving being a chiropractor. And always the hardest part for me was running a team. I'm not a boss. I don't like telling people what to do. I like to just have them do it. And I'm very impatient and I don't like training. Like just do it, right? So the hardest thing in practice for me was always having a team and having an admin. And I got so bad at it that at one point there had been 30 people who had quit my practice when I was 20 years in practice. And when we did the math on that, my kids helped me count those, all of the people who had quit, who they remembered, they counted 30 because it was about 2 people a year I would hire and they would quit. I had never fired anybody. I had people steal from me. I've had chiropractors steal from me. I've had chiropractors sign this paper and that paper and open up down the street and then go and rub shit all over my name. I have seen the worst of the worst in chiropractic, but I've also seen the best of the best. And not to say that I didn't have a part in some of those stories, right? So before the pandemic hit, I rolled my sleeves up and I got really good at running a practice without staff, a very lean practice, very efficient systems because I was done. I didn't want to have to deal with the headache and the subluxation of staff anymore. And I got really good at having a lean practice, seeing about 120 a week, and I was very vocal about my journey and learning how to do it. I went on social media all the time. I'm like, you guys, check out this thing I just figured out, right? And when the pandemic hit, my friends who lost their staff overnight because they were afraid to catch the big bad C word, they started calling me and saying, what do I do? I don't have a staff anymore. I don't know what to do with the phone. I don't know what to do with the scheduling. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, well, I've written down everything that I've learned and I'll just send it to you. And I started putting it together, and that was the birth of my first book, which is now known. The book is called Staffless, and it's been a top Amazon seller since it launched. I didn't mean for it to be. And then I created 3 more books. I'm like, let me just show you, let me just show you. And those were the births of my books. And then an online school. And then I also recognized that I had a lot to teach in the marketing world. And I started a marketing agency and then I developed a software program. And all while I'm serving subluxation based chiropractic. So that's the seat that I'm sitting in now. I run a very successful marketing agency with a team of 15 experts from all over the world. We have coaches, we have courses, we create websites and funnels and all of these things. And now I'm in the seat where I can come back to my profession, you guys, and say, you guys are doing it all wrong. This is what's happening in the marketing world. This is what you need to have your practice 2026 ready. So that's where I'm coming to this from. Still adjusting my family, still kissing the baby's feet, still teaching over and over and over until I'm blue in the face. The power that made the body heals the body every time. The power that made the body heals. You have a headache? Cool, face down. Your stomach hurts? Cool, face down. Like that's my song because that's what I learned when I was 19. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay, you're with me? Okay.
Absolutely.
You're with me. Yeah, yeah. So I never got wrapped up in insurance because I'm not in it. I just think it's gross. I don't want to put a number and a diagnosis on you. I don't want anything to do with that. I want to adjust you. And if you if you have a story about not being able to pay my fee, then I'm not your chiropractor. My adjustment's worth $1,000. It's worth $10,000 because it changes lives. I have absolute certainty around that, but I only charge $75, right? So, and when I say my fee, what I find is that my practice members will agree with me as long as I have certainty. My fee is $75 a visit. Would you like to pay cash or credit card? That's it. There's no busyness around it. It's very clear. I find that we need to be clear with three things: time, energy, and money. And when it comes to a chiropractor's office, people are worried about three things: time, energy, and money. And what it looks like is I'm going to have to come to you forever. That's time. Energy, you're going to hurt me. Chiropractors hurt people. You're going to cause a stroke. That's energy. Money, why would I come to you when I can go to somebody in my network? I can't afford to come see you. That's energy. I'm sorry, that's money. Time, energy, money are the commodities. And then they give me time, energy, money. And I have to have boundaries and appreciations and consequences around that exchange. So, time, show up on time for your appointments. Don't be late. It's not respectful, right? Time. If I say that I want to see you twice a week for 4 or 5 weeks, whatever it is for your system to heal from the subluxation damage that you've had for the past 32 years, I want to see you twice a week and I want you to show up for your appointments. That's time. Energy. When you're in my office, I want you to be respectful. If you go and you get something injected in your body, please just wait a day before you get adjusted because we have newborn babies who don't want anything to do with that. Don't come to my office while you're smoking a cigarette. Like, don't come to my office if you just went for a run. Like, go home and shower first. Please be respectful of my energy and your energy. These are the things that, like, I ask for in order to be able to do all of the things. So time, energy, money, pay me what I'm worth. If you truly can't afford it, then give my office something that's in equal value. Bake cookies for my office, right? But it's not free. You don't go to the supermarket and ask for a discount on their carrots. So why would you do it in my office? They're going to do it in my office if I tell them that they can do it in my office. But you don't do that in my office because I have this much time now for chiropractic for my practice. So when I'm there, it has to be really good and I have to be on. So time, energy, money are the commodities that we're in exchange with, that they give to us and that we give to them. Those are the things that we protect, that we honor, and that we trade for. And I promise you that there's got to be one area that you're out of exchange or out of integrity, because most of us do. Most of us have subluxations around this. If you have a staff or a staff team, ask them. They'll give you the honest truth if you have that open rapport with them. Where are we out of exchange? Time, energy, money. Usually we run late or we say bad stuff about practice members or whatever it is. Clean it up because that goes into the adjustment and we have to be clear. The clearer we are when our hands are on somebody, the more God can use us. That's it, right? That's the bottom line. The hard thing is, with that being the truth, how do you broadcast that on social media, right? There are a couple of business cards that we have at our fingertips with the internet and social media and whatever it is. One business card is our website. One business card is social media. That's all that they are. The website is not where you educate people. It's not where your practice members come ever. They probably have seen your website once. They found the number to reach out to you, and that's the last time they saw your website. Your website needs to tell the visitors for it who you are and what you do before they touch their mouse. So I'll show you an example of that in a minute. They shouldn't have to touch their mouse when they get to your website to know whether or not you're their chiropractor. So there are certain things you need to have in the top third of that page, and I'll show you that in a minute. If you can put, there are two theories in marketing. One is you put the white elephant in the center of the room and you're like, look at the white elephant. That's one theory. The other theory is that you do everything to dodge the white elephant and not talk about and distract from the white elephant. If you can imagine, I'm of the thought process that you want to talk about it, right? Because of who I am and how I am, and I was also raised by a therapist. You talk about everything. So, in my opinion, and from what I've learned from my mentors in marketing, because now I hang with the big boys, you guys. Now I go and I spend a lot of money learning from these guys, and I absorb it like a dry sponge. And what they say is put in front of them the concerns immediately about time, energy, money, because that's what's on their mind. The last time you went to a service on a website or you went to look something up that you wanted to buy, what's the first thing that you were looking for? What were you looking for on the website?
Cost.
What's going to cost, right? So tell them what it's going to cost. Take whatever concern they come to your website at and address it immediately. This is my fate. So, what I'm saying to you is that some people in marketing say, don't ever do that. You'll go to half of the websites and it'll say only $7.99 for this thing. It was $10,000, right? But other websites, oh, it just switched me on Zoom. Other websites you'll have to dig and dig and dig and you'll never find the price. It depends on which side of the fence the person marketing or setting up the marketing is on. I'm of the opinion that the more transparent you are, the more you establish trust. The goal always, because nobody has time, it's the highest commodity. Time, energy, money. Time is number one. You can't get it back. You can always get money and energy back. You can't get time back, right? So the quicker that your people know that you're their person, the more trust they're going to have when they walk through the door. Your goal, Bill, is that brown door. When they walk in it for the first time, they say to themselves, it's as if this place was made for me, because it was. They also say to themselves, I feel like I know you. How many times have you heard a practice member say that to you? I just feel like you're my person, right? There's something about you that's just magical and so familiar. And my answer is always like, nope, I'm just your chiropractor. um, any questions so far before I start showing you guys stuff? Is this helpful? It's a
Yeah.
good use of our time. Okay, cool. Um, Let me show you how I've taken what I just said and put it into action for my practice. And then if at any point you guys are like, I need to talk to Jodi privately, I want to know how she does what she does and how she can do it for my practice, just reach out to me separately, okay? And then I think it would be really cool if you guys are open to it for us to just spend like 10 minutes on ChatGPT. Can we do, is that a good use of our time? Yeah, okay, cool. I also want to say, and I always say this, I've been in practice for how long? 25 years. And in those 25 years, I've been obese. I've been a smoker. I've been a vapor. I've been sober the whole time, which I'm really proud of. And now at 52, my number one goal is to be healthy. And if whatever I'm doing, they're going to watch me doing, them being my practice members. So if I'm out there on the bike, eating healthy food, moving to the point of sweat every day, um, what is it? Are you guys with me?
You need a healthy drink.
I was just giving Dr. Bill a hard time. He drinks Coca-Cola.
No, you come on, dude. No
okay.
comment. Coca-Cola makes this product called Suja, Suja. Does anybody know it?
No.
You guys, it's so good. So they bought this company because they could. And all that's in Suja is lemon, cayenne, lemon, cayenne, ginger, and stevia and water. And I drink it all day, every day. So I'm a consumer of Coca-Cola too, just their healthiest product.
Good.
I made that possible.
That's exactly what Bill was talking about, right? I remember sitting in Bill's philosophy class and saying, I just don't understand if you're telling us that our body is an expression of universal driven by innate, then why do we subluxate? Like it couldn't click in my brain. I still ponder. I still wonder when I go to Green Book studies, like, what the hell, man? I don't get it. Okay, let me share with you guys.
That came up
So,
in class the other day.
huh?
That came up in class the other day.
Well, it's a really good question, right? Um,
Genesis 3, limitation of matter.
let's start with this. I'm going to kind of skip around. This is actually the talk I just did for Mile High. So the average consumer has a 3-second attention span. And I think it's even less than that now. If you have an umbrella and you're standing outside in the rain, you've got this big yellow umbrella, and you can have 3 or 4 people come under the umbrella with. You only get 3 or 4 people to stand under the umbrella with you, and you're keeping them dry. And it's raining. It's really raining. And you know that as soon as the rain stops, it could stop in a couple of minutes, they're going to leave from under your umbrella. The idea is while they're under your umbrella, you have one shot to teach them about chiropractic. The more you know about those people, the more you plan for that 3 minutes, the more you dumb it down and right size your health talk and understand the words that they understand, the more effective that 3 minutes is going to be. Okay? So if you can plan what you want to show them, tell them, ask them, the best way to educate people is to ask them questions and have the truth come from them. So, in my world, you know, my marketing agency started to get really busy, and I was feeling that my practice started to suffer because I didn't have the time to tell the story over and over again. I was running out of time. My practice hours were getting shorter and shorter, and my agency hours were getting wider and wider because we had more and more clients. And we take care of chiros, NDs, PTs, OTs, like it's turned into this whole thing. And every time a problem of like erupted in my practice experience while I've been doing this for 5 years, we created a solution for it because I've got 15 experts on my team who can run circles around any tech giant out there. They're brilliant. And so I'd be like, you know what, you guys, I need a way to educate a new practice member in less than 3 minutes where I don't have to do anything. I want to make it so that I can click a button and they can watch a video and I can know that they watched the video. How can we do that? And they would go to work and they would figure out the thing and all that. So that was the birth of what we call the lead pilot system. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. I just want to give you one more analogy before. So this is my website. There we go. So one more analogy is you're in a big building and you get into the elevator on the first floor and you got from floor 1 to floor 10 with one person in the elevator with you. That one person is the person you set all of your marketing up for to reach that one person. You want to know every single thing about that one person because if you're marketing, especially if you're paying money for ads to a group of people, it's a lot less effective than if you're hitting one laser beam focused person. It's kind of like the adjustment. The more accurate and certain and clear you are, the more powerful the adjustment. Think of marketing as a chiropractic system. The more you narrow down and clean and get cleaner and cleaner and cleaner and more specific on who you're trying to reach with that marketing, the more effective it's going to be. You can serve everybody. You can serve, my person is a 33-year-old mom with the time, energy, money to give more to her family. She already knows that there's healthy, crunchy ways of being in the world, but she doesn't know all of it. She thinks she knows a lot more than she does. She drives an SUV, she shops at Lululemon, she goes to yoga every week. She's a member of the local country club. That's my mom, and that's who I market to. That's the person who, when I'm doing my marketing, I'm solving her problem with what I'm putting in front of her. Okay. So this is my website. This website speaks to her. If Bill was looking for a new chiropractor and he saw this website, he'd probably turn away from it. It's not for Bill. It's for my 30 something mom. She sees this website and she's like, this is my person. How have I not heard about Dr. Jodi, right? Because that's what it's designed. Every single part of my new patient experience is automated, and every single part of my new patient experience is intended for that mom to come to my office and say, I already know you. I'm already a yes. Whatever it is, sign me up. I don't care what it costs. That's the goal. So before the scroll starts, there are a couple of places to click. One is to start a conversation with me. And this is actually an AI bot that starts this conversation. She puts her information in here. She gets immediate text that says, hey, it's Karen, Dr. Jodi's AI assistant. It looks like you're new here. How can I help you? And our AI bot has been trained to reach my Sally in a way that makes sense to her to get her to book the next step in the patient journey. And I'm going to show you what that is. So that's the conversation window that happens. And then if she clicks here or she clicks here, there, you guys, let me back up. There can't be any creative burden. Sally can't have to figure out anything when she looks at this, because if she has to figure it out, she's so ADD at this point, she's going to go to another website. So if this just said schedule here, Sally's going to think what? If the button says schedule here, what will Sally think?
She can schedule there.
Is it for her?
She would assume,
Would she?
I don't know, that's my guess. That's what I would do.
What if it's, say it again?
Of the child, right?
She's got 3 kids. One of them is nursing and she's pregnant.
Yeah.
If this says schedule here, I mean, I would think to myself, should I schedule there, or is that for patients? Who should schedule there? So don't, even if you, I mean, you probably have a lot of common sense, right? The mom of today with the kids and the SUV and all the things, she can't think anymore. She's fried, right? Because she grew up on this thing. Her brain is going this fast. So if you put, and you guys probably see this with the students, if you have them do critical thinking, the less critical thinking, the better. Especially if she's at home and she has to make an appointment with the chiropractor. You're just the chiropractor. You're between diapers and bananas on her to-do list today. Okay? So first, tell her who it's for. First visit schedule here. My practice members don't even know about my website. They never come to it. This is a business card. So she's going to click, and this is going to go to what we call the lead pilot page. This is a video of me saying, hi, I'm Dr. Jodi. This is what I do. This is what I don't do. Most people don't read the video. They don't watch the video. So I give, in a nutshell, what the video says here. It's a 3-minute video. Hi, I'm Dr. Jodi. I'm your family chiropractor since 2000. I've been serving wellness care to the families of Hunterdon County. I don't hurt people. My care is affordable. It's awesome. You'll love it. Schedule an appointment below with me. And then what are the 3 concerns around? Time, energy, and money, right? Here are the concerns being answered. Is it going to hurt? Will it cost a lot? And will it take a lot of time? I'm addressing their concerns right here. This usually looks bigger. Let me just make this bigger so you guys can see it. There we go. Okay. So these are 1-minute videos. This was born because I was like, I need to educate people before they come in, because I cannot do my 30-minute health talk every single time I have a new patient. I can't do it anymore, and nor do they want to listen to it. So this is what we came up with. And then I'm like, this would be really cool to share with our clients. So we create this. This is called Lead Pilot. We create this for every client that we have. It's one of the first things that we do. First, we build their website, then we create their Lead Pilot program. Testimonials are really important. It's people are going to look you up. They're going to sniff you out. So make sure you've got really good reviews in your practice. If you don't know how to get them, ask me. Okay. And then our first action step for my practice, because of how busy I am, is a 15-minute telehealth with me. I have 2 hours during the week, 1 hour here and 1 hour there, where I have time set aside for new patients to meet me in Zoom. I spend 15 minutes letting them tell me why they think they're coming to a chiropractor. Because I know they're coming to be more connected to the universe, right? They think they're coming because they have a back problem. So I let them tell me about their problem and the problem that they think that I'm going to solve for them. And I say, gee, Sally, I'm sorry that your back hurts. And it's also very exciting that your back works and gives you signals like that. So let's dive deeper. Is this a now thing or a later thing? Some people will say, oh, I don't want to come in now. I just wanted to check you out. So that's all. That's all I do during this 10-minute telehealth. And then the next 5 minutes is getting them into my EHR correctly. Because if I leave it to them, it's probably going to get screwed up. And I don't have staff and I don't have time to teach anybody how to do this for me. So this is all automated. When she books this appointment with me, it says it's a 10-minute appointment. She gets a voicemail, she gets a text, and she gets an email saying, hey, we throw a party, a virtual party for her. You're coming to Dr. Jodi's office. Yay, Light Source Chiropractic. And then she'll get her appointment reminder an hour before, and I think it's set for 10 minutes before because I don't want her to screw this appointment up. I want to give her every opportunity to let me know if she's not going to make this appointment because it's free and my time is really valuable. If she does this appointment and does not become a practice member, she goes on what's called a nurturing sequence where she gets an email a week for a year and we write them through AI. If she becomes a practice member, then she goes on a different nurturing sequence where she gets an email a week for a year, learning about chiropractic, the history of chiropractic, subluxation-based chiropractic, why I do it the way that I do it, because I am a weird chiropractor. I'm very gentle. My structural work feels like an explosion happened in your body. It's pretty powerful. And that it feels different than what they're used to chiropractic feeling like. So if they've had an experience with it. So that's Lead Pilot. That's how I have 1 foot in old school world and 1 foot in new school world. Any questions about what I just said?
No, I guess one question would be, I'm the youngest one in this room, obviously, but that sounds exhausting to like.
What, the telehealth?
But just putting it all together. I don't do social media. I have a website that is like the basic of the basic. I have a website guy who does it, but it's just, I don't know how, that just sounds, I don't know what it sounds like to you guys. It just
You mean
sounds
putting it
like a lot.
together? What
Yeah,
sounds exhausting?
I guess just like the videos and all the things, and it's a lot. I feel like
Well, if you were older, your grandchildren could do it for you.
Yeah.
Problem
You
solved.
don't do it.
Probably
You don't do
not.
any of that. In my world, my team puts everything I just said, my team puts together for you.
Right.
If you don't have a team putting it together for you, you can just set up a selfie video saying, hey, it's Dr. Jen. I'm so excited that you're going to be coming to my office. I can't wait to be your chiropractor. This is what I do. This is what I don't do. And you can set it up in MailChimp or Constant Contact to send that video as soon as they book with you. It's just the concept. It's the concept to get as much of the, what I call mushigas, as much as the busy, admin, think about the common questions that you get over and over and over again. Answer them in a video.
Yeah.
That's all to protect time, energy, money. I hear what you're saying now.
It's when
Yeah.
it's done, you don't do it for everybody that comes to us, that you do it once and covers
Right.
years of business.
I just don't, I don't learn this way, so it's so hard for me to.
You might want to do this in a class. You might want to have a new patient class that you do, and that's where you answer all the questions.
Yeah.
You just anything that you're doing over and over and over again, trim the fat, lean out the time that you're spending on the redundancy of the admin of the practice, and you'll have so much more room for the other stuff. Let me say one more thing. Um, and this is an old school versus new school thing, you guys. The patient of 2026 does not want to call your office to tell you that they're running 10 minutes late. They want to text you. There, I said it. They don't want to call your office. They don't care if it's a good day at your office. They don't want to hear about it. They want to, again, you're just the chiropractor. They want to text you. They want to have SIRI do it for them. Hey Siri, text Dr. Bill and tell him I'm running 10 minutes late. Then it's done. There's no phone call. There's no conversation. If there is a phone call and a conversation, you should be paid for that time. If you're like, my practice is so old school, it's filled with senior citizens, there's no way they're going to text me, then have Barb sitting at your desk answering those calls. Just make sure Barb is kind and filled with love and light and absolutely drinks the Kool-Aid of the practice. Because there's so many people having Barb answer their phone and she's miserable and she's subluxated and she's exhausted and she's not making enough money. She's out of exchange for what she's doing for your practice. Make sure that's not happening. Okay. If I have a story in the book Staff List here about like the typical doctor office visit where you feel like you're like doing something wrong just by walking in the room and like you're just treated like a number and it's a horrible, horrible experience. And we want the opposite of that because we're vitalistic doctors. We want a vitalistic experience for our practice members. And however, if that for you means you do the health talk with every patient, just make sure you're clean and efficient about it and make sure they're interested. If they couldn't give two shits about subluxation, find a way to drop the seed. And when the conversation is warranted, when they're like, I'm ready to listen, you got to explain what you're doing. That's when you educate about subluxation. Don't have them go sit in a corner and face the wall and watch a video. They don't want to do that. It's not 2026 relevant, you guys. It's just not. So like say subluxation, so the word becomes normal to them. They need to hear it. I think it's like 16 times before it goes into their brain. Every one of my patients hears me talk about subluxation every time I see them. I have people I've been serving for 25 years, and if you ask them what a subluxation was, they would tell you I've never heard that word before. Because they don't give a shit. They just want to feel more connected. Some do, some really care. I really cared. I wanted to hear about it, but most don't. Even if you want to tell them about it. Okay. I'm gonna go.
Jodi,
Go
can I ask you
ahead.
a question?
Yeah.
The emails that whether they become a patient, a practice member or not, the email sequence you send, do they get read? And if so,
30% of them get opened, and then probably 10% of them get clicked.
and then do you have some videos in there too, or is it all text?
No, you really don't want to have videos in emails because they'll often go to spam. I had to learn all this stuff, you guys. I had no idea. It's okay to have a link, right? You want one call to action in an email. Call to action means one thing for them to do. So I have an email sequence for our clients of 100 emails, and every third is a video, every second is a referral request, and every first is a review request. So the emails, by the way, it'll be like, today we're going to talk about subluxation with monkeys or whatever it is, right? And then, by the way, have you left us a review yet? Here's the link, do it now. So there's only one call to action. And your calls to action, where your funnel goes depends on what the problem you solve for the person in the elevator is. Everybody is different. And that's another thing, like, you guys, the websites that I'm seeing people produce for chiropractors are horrible. They're not done right. in the market, like there are things in the marketing world that you're supposed to do on a website. They're not done right. There are typos all over them. It's appalling. So, but the one thing I want you to think about is when they go to your website, before they touch the mouse, are you answering what the problem you solve is for your person in your elevator? And if you're not, then get your website redone. It's worth the investment. Then make sure that there are what they call keywords. So there have to be words, kind of like you plant seeds in the garden and then you watch them grow. You want to plant words that your person in the elevator with you is going to look for, right? And it's all tracked. It's very creepy. It's all tracked with AI. So if they were just having a conversation with their husband in the kitchen about going on a cruise and you have the word cruise on your website, guess whose ad is going to pop up the next time they go on Facebook, right? So it's all interconnected, and there are experts who spend their entire life studying SEO. But just make sure the words are splashed, like at a base level, make sure like subluxation, chiropractic, wellness care, pregnancy, whatever it is that that person in the elevator is thinking that they want. That's why it's so hard to market to a group of people. It's really easy to market to one person because everybody has different needs. ChatGPT, you want to go there?
Sure.
Unless you guys want to see anything else. Oh, let me say something about social media. The most important thing that you can do on Instagram and Facebook is make people feel like they know you. The caveat though is that it will make you personally feel very lonely if you do this well. And here's why. If you do a good job of this, and this is really good for your kids to know too, and your students, if you're teaching marketing, if you do a good job of this, people will assume that they know that you're doing well. So when they see you, it's like you're not even being seen. Like we used to be like, how are you doing? Like, what's going on in your world? There isn't that anymore if you're really good with social media because they assume that they know you. They assume everything about you because they watched your reels. If you're doing a good job of this. So just know that the loneliness factor of being good on social media is a real thing, and it leaves people on antidepressants. It's a real thing. With that being said, what you do on social media is for the person in the elevator with you to feel like they know you when they walk through that brown door. So, Bill, I'd want to see like a 30-second video of you riding your bike with sizing a helmet. Be doing something that you're moving around. You're not saying anything. You're moving around, you're doing the thing, and they see you in the life for 10, 20 seconds, right? And maybe you say something on top of it like, my head's too big. I've got so many brains, or something that's relatable and funny and cute. Whatever you're interested in is what you should be posting on social media. So that's the stories and the reels. That's one part of Instagram and one part of Facebook. The other part is the stuff that doesn't move. Like if someone looks at my Instagram page or grid that they call it in a year from now, this is the stuff that never goes away. That's where the education moments come in. So that's where it might be every third picture is you a day in the life of like you doing your thing. Every second picture is a quote from BJ or DD or one of the greats in chiropractic, or just an inspirational message about chiropractic. And every first one might be a promotion or a, hey, we're doing this thing, to get them to engage. Drop the word me or click on the poll, try to get them to engage so that your name keeps bumping up every time they go on Instagram and Facebook. Make sense? That's like the nutshell. If you're like, I could not be less interested in anything that Jodi just said, hire someone to do it for you. But if you're like, that's really cool, I want to dive deep on that, there's a whole world to it. There are a lot of experts in the chiropractic space who do this really well, but there are a lot who do it really poorly too. So just make sure they're walking their talk. Okay, let me share. We just Um, I think what I want to do is I want to go through the drag method with you guys. So, um, okay. This is, go ahead. What do you guys, any questions so far? Okay, 8 more minutes. Okay. Is everybody in the room already using ChatGPT? Is anybody not using ChatGPT? Okay, cool. Awesome. So,
Don't know it.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you with a tool. And this, me teaching this is also on YouTube. You can just look up Jodi Dinnerman drag method, DRAG.
Yeah.
This is how you use ChatGPT to your advantage. Okay. So, can one of you be a guinea pig for me and just give me a problem that you've been trying to figure out for your practice? Whether it's how to do a marketing thing or hire somebody or who your next associate should be, or has anybody had like a subluxation that they're trying to figure out for their practice or their personal life too?
How about appropriate pricing?
Appropriate pricing, I love that. Okay. Um, who just said that?
Dwayne.
Okay. So I'm gonna use you as my sample. So DRAG. D is give me all of the details, the who, what, where, when, why, and how of this problem. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell me what's the problem that you're trying to figure out. What's the issue at hand?
The issue is just making sure I'm charging the appropriate amount for my market, my services, my location, my demographics.
Do you
And
take insurance?
no,
The
no, I'm paradigm 3. I'm non-therapeutic objective straight.
What makes you great about it? What makes you great? What are your superpowers when it comes to being a chiropractor?
Uh, very in tune with what the body's asking for help with. Very efficient in my assessments. I use Titronics. And we don't play games with your time or your money or your care.
How long have you been doing it?
35 years.
35?
Yes, ma'am. Just getting started. Just getting started.
Let's go. Who do you serve?
I serve the Boiling Springs Inman, South Carolina community.
Who, what, where, when? When do you serve?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday,
Hours?
10 to 6.
Who, what, where, when? Why do you serve?
Chiropractic, and the chiropractic vertebral subluxation in and of itself is detrimental to life expression and experience.
Okay, so if you said that to me and I'm a 30-something mom, I would have no idea what the fuck you were talking about. With all due respect, I love you. I know what you're talking about.
Help you experience and express life fully.
I love that. That makes sense, right? Because I'm a dum-dum and I need you to talk in my language and I need it to be relatable to me. Okay? So Dwight, and what's your last name?
Hoskins, HOS,
HOS?
KINS.
KINS.
Mhm.
And you're in, okay, ready, you guys? Watch this. So this is just the D of the drag method. So let me do, I hope it's okay that I said the F word, Bill. But I am in New Jersey, you guys, so give me a break, okay? Okay, are you ready? Here we go. I'm working with a client. His name is Dwight Hoskins. He is who, what, where, when, why, how. He's a chiropractor in Boiling Springs, South Carolina. He needs to figure out his appropriate fee. He does not take insurance. He's very in tuned. He's efficient. He uses Tetronics. His practice is a game changer. He doesn't play games with time, energy, and money. He's very clear and very transparent. He's been in practice for 35 years. He's in Boiling Springs on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 to 6. He's a chiropractic chiropractor, subluxation based. He works with helping people discover more life, more potential, more experience, more universal connecting with innate. And he needs to figure out the appropriate fee for his practice. Okay, I'm going to check. Okay, so that's the D of drag, the description. The R, this is really cool, you guys. The R is the role that you want your chatbot to play. So I'm on chatgpt.com. I pay for the more expensive version. It's like $12 a month, and I use it for everything. I use it for my macros. I use it for my shopping list. I use it for everything. So I'm going to ask Dwight, I'm going to ask Dwight's chatbot to serve in two different roles. One is as his wife, who is keeping an eye on the books and wants to retire in the next 10 years and make some cash, right? So that she doesn't have to worry about anything. But also as a CEO of the #1 chiropractic chain in all of South Carolina. Those are the two roles we're going to ask the chatbot to use to work with. I want you to serve as the chatbot for, I want the two roles that you're going to serve when you're answering this question. One to be Dwight's wife, who wants him to retire in the next 10 years. So she wants him to start pounding pavement and putting money in the bank. Like, time is running out. The next role I want you to serve as is the CEO of the #1 practice in chiropractic in all of the upstate area. In South Carolina, North Carolina, anywhere in that stream, like of the southern, this like going from, let's say, from Virginia all the way up to Georgia, the #1 practice owner, the #1 CEO. So that's the role, okay? So DRA. A is I want the chatbot to ask me 3 questions to help me get closer to G, generating the perfect fee system for Dwight's practice. Okay, so I'm gonna ask it to ask me the questions for the G, the generated prompt or the generated response. Ask me 3 questions for Dwight so that you can generate for me the perfect fee system for his practice. Okay, so I just generated what's called a prompt. And this prompt could be used for anybody in practice who's looking for the same answer. I'm going to go ahead and send it up to ChatGPT. And here are your questions, Dwight, okay? Perfect. To build Dwight's fee system that honors both his wife's 10-year retirement vision and the CEO benchmark for top-tier profitability, I need to clarify these 3 things. What's the tangible and intangible result people get from seeing Dwight regularly?
Tangible is more balance in their body, more connectivity in their control systems.
Think time, energy, money, because that's what they're interested in.
Few visits, good relief, good connection.
Nice. On average, how many visits per week or month does Dwight prefer to deliver, and what's the experience like?
1 per week for life. Experience is less than 15 minutes from their car door opening to their car door shutting.
And do they get like a hello or a cup of coffee or?
We need a hello, a hug. We talk about family and stuff. We still have plenty of time to do all the cordials. We don't have coffee in the office, but we do have water.
Financial target and legacy. What's Dwight's ideal monthly income before expenses, and what does he want to retire into? Is it time freedom or expansion and mentorship?
It is expansion, mentorship, scholarship, Sherman College Chiropractic Foundation, and expansion of the profession in Paradigm 3 and in the number.
Okay, cool. So what I do with my clients when I do this is we're in a Zoom, but they would be in the Zoom with me and they would just be answering each question and the mic would be picking up the conversation. So I'm going to be Dwight while I'm speaking into the mic for him. So the goal is expansion, scholarship, supporting Sherman College of Chiropractic's foundation. What he delivers to his patients is more balance. Few visits, they get relief. He's really good at what he does. 15 minutes from the time they leave their car to the time they get back into it. Usually they get a hug. It feels like a family in his practice. They have water, they don't have coffee. There is some schmoozing to catch up on life. Um, Value transformation, volume. He sees people usually once a week. That's his happy cadence. Sometimes down to once a month, but generally speaking, once a week. Did I get that right?
Close.
Okay. Is there anything you want me to correct?
No.
Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Who Dwight is, what he delivers, when, where, how he operates, why he does it. Before I finalize the fee system, I need to collaborate the financial and operational edge. Here are the 3 follow-up questions. From his wife's lens, the retirement builder, how much does Dwight want to contribute annually? I'm not going to answer these questions just for this purpose, but I will send you a copy of this. So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say skip the questions. And I'm going to say also look Dwight up. Scrape the internet to find
Dwayne, Dwayne, Hoskins, Hoskins, DocHoskins.com.
Oh no, it'll find that. You don't even have to tell me, but I'm going to put it in.
You've been calling me Dwight, so.
Well, who is Dwight?
He's
Why
pretty
did
cool,
you
though.
correct me?
Did you correct me? She said.
You guys.
Just kind of rolled off the tongue for you. So
We're in South Carolina.
Dwayne Hoskins, there he is. There he is.
There he
Who
is.
is this guy?
That's
That's
why.
me.
The guy in the hat is Dwight.
Is he black?
Yeah.
He's the quarterback for the Ohio State University about 10 years ago.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay, here's all the information about you. Okay, so now I'm gonna say, give me the fee system. Perfect. Here we go. Anchored in baseline care plan. Frequency, one visit a week for 4 weeks. Visit duration 15 minutes. Access during office hours, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 6. 75 per visit or 225 per month membership.
That's where I'm at.
Is that where you're at?
I'm right at that, yes.
And then signature care plan, frequency, one visit a week, visit duration 15 minutes, car to car. Bonus, family members at 20% off of the same plan. That's if you're allowed to do that. Fee, $295 a month per individual. Annual pay option, $32.40 per year. Save $300.
Yep.
This is the sweet spot. Legacy care plan, universal experience. I love that name. Frequency, one visit per week. Visit duration 15 minutes. Bonus, annual VIP gathering and legacy plaque in office. That's very cool. Fee, $495 a month, includes $50 donation towards Sherman Scholarship Fund. Annual pay option $5,400 for the year. $600 goes to Sherman. I have chills.
That's awesome.
Implementation strategy, it gives you an entire strategy. Is there anything that you want to know more about from this generated response?
No, that's amazing.
Okay, so you guys, you can do this with anything. I've done this. If you just read these are the conversations, right? Like, let's see. SOP clarification, DIY program SOP, call recap for Melanie. So I can take, and I'll do this for you. I can take this meeting and the notes from this meeting that I've recorded, throw them into ChatGPT and say, give me an action step for all of the people who participated in tonight's meeting. Give me an action, like a step by step that I want them to do in the next 30, 60, 90 days. You can do this with anything, right? So, Dwight, I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to drop it in Zoom. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions about all of the things that I just talked about? Because I know that I gave you guys an earful.
What did the A in drag stand for?
Ask me questions. D is describe who, what, where, when, why, how, and how much, if there's a how much related. There's your link, Dwight. Dwayne. Dwight. I'm going to call you Dwight because you didn't correct me. Don't ever call me Judy.
Jodi, you can call me what you want to.
You can call as long as you call me. You can call me Don or Dwight
Maurice.
or Maurice.
Can't call Mr. Johnson.
Just call me. D is describe, R is roll, A is ask me 3 questions, and G is to generate a response. Drag. And I got that from there's a book that I got that from, and I just kind of jodified
I
it.
have a suggestion for your next book.
What's that?
Jodi, the drag queen.
Well, I have been called queen before. It's usually Kyra Queen. What other questions do you guys have for me? That was like a mouthful, man.
Oh, no, really, really good.
Good. I'm happy. The way that you get students involved and you have to give them something, time, energy, money that they want. You have to make it enticing. They don't want chili. They want help. They want to learn how to run a practice when they hit the ground running out of school. They want everything yesterday all at once, and they want to learn from people who are dripping in abundance and health and vitality. Like the more you can get the doctors in the profession, they don't have to be chiropractors, you guys, who are killing it in practice and really happy, they'll come to anything. That's who they want to be learning from.
I think the hardest part is thinking like them. How do
Yeah.
you how do you think like them when you don't think like them? Like I don't even know where to start to attract students to come to something like this or do social media things or change a website when I don't even think like that. That would be my
Right.
last thought.
I would go ask them.
Yeah.
What do you guys want? They're not gonna want to come to a night like this. If you have this night at Sherman, and so let me give you a for example. When I was at Lyceum, um, my buddy Lona called me and said, "Hey Jodi, you got to come over to this girl's house. Her name is Air, and come meet her. There are some students here. They want to meet you." I'm like, "All right, I'll take a ride over. I'm tired. Tomorrow's Lyceum, but I'll take a ride over." I went to Air's house, which happened to be across the street from where I lived in Spartanburg. And I kid you not, there were 40 students sitting on the ground outside by a bonfire. There was pizza. Lona was standing in front of them, who is like drop dead gorgeous, brilliant, so freaking successful, so involved in chiropractic. And me and Lona stood in front of these students for over 2 hours and just jammed philosophy and business with them. And I promise you, if you asked any of those students what was the best night of education you had from a chiropractor, they would say that it was that night. There was pizza, their friends were there, it was relevant, it was cool, it was free. There was a bonfire, there was music going, it was all the things. So you got to go into their world and you have to ask them, what do you guys want? They want me. I'm telling you right now, the students at Sherman want me. They want to learn from my brain. Most of them do. And we've tried so many times to figure out how to make that happen. We played with some pretty cool ideas. They want what's relevant to 2026. They want to know how to run a business and crush it. They want to feel inspired. They want to feel like they can do anything because they can. They don't want to hear about the scary stuff. I mean, give it to them in a packet and say,
Jody, Jody, I think a lot of them that are in practice also don't want to hear it only with a subluxation focus.
they don't want to hear what, Bill?
About a practice with only a subluxation focus.
They want to hear about how you make money.
Right. And that's
They
like
wanna
what you
hear-
were saying about that women's group on Facebook, the car women's or whatever. I'm in the same group. It's absolutely terrible. I used to go there all the time. I never go there now because all they do is talk about how they're burnt out and they want to
They're
make money
miserable.
other than chiropractic, and it's essential oils or functional medicine or something other than chiropractic.
If you weed through and you find the dandelions, like there's some good stuff in there. But ask them if you what or look at the most well attended, like if you think Mile High, were any of you guys at Mile High? Bill, you were at Mile High.
Yeah.
What was great about Mile High? It's a successful convention. Why is it successful? It's got all the things. It's got the people, the food, the music, the party night, the beautiful area. It's got all the things. So look at what's working and figure out what's the common theme. Run the drag method on it.
Yeah.
Any other questions, you guys? I'm telling you that what we do is the most important thing on the planet. Yeah.
Yeah, you said you were gonna do a drag on tonight's presentation and.
Oh yeah. First of all, if you go to YouTube and just type in Jodi Dinnerman drag method, you'll find that.
Oh, okay, cool.
But let me show you something, you guys. I have this for you. This is like a goodie bag that I made for Mile High, and I just took the Mile High stuff off of it. If you guys can just take your phone to the screen. Do you know how to use a QR code? You don't know. I don't know. Dwight,
Get your phone out. I'll show
get
you.
your phone out and point it to this picture. And then touch the yellow thing that pops up.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. So this is called a QR code. You want this on the back of your business card. You want this on a poster in the local coffee shop. And the cool thing about my QR code is I can track who opens it. I can track who uses it. I can track what emails they've opened. And based on the emails they've opened and they click on, I can send them into a whole nother funnel. It's so cool, you guys. Did everybody get this? And please share this with whoever wants it. This is about $3,000 of content that I'm giving you. This is all of my books. It's my lead pilot system. It's showing you, like, letting you walk through it as a visitor. It's I think my ChatGPT training is in this. There's so much in this. And anytime at all that you want me to come there and teach students, I'm happy to do it. You just have to get me there. Anything else?
That's pretty sweet.
Thank you.
Well,
I just got the
it's
text
all
and
right.
the email.
You know, I love ya. And now I have your email, and I'm going to send you an email once a week for a year.
Beautiful. I'll read them all.
Jody,
Yes.
one last question. You mentioned your EHR. Which one do you use?
Jane, the one and
Why?
only.
Why?
Jane's my girl. Why
Why?
did I use Jane? Because I'm a corporate sponsor, and it's easy and it's cheap, and they're a very cool company, even though they like the you know what.
Vaccine mandate.
I know, dude. I know. I
Why
heard
not
about
mine? Why not Pure Colorado?
Hey, Jody,
Yeah.
what years were you at Sherman?
1994 to 2000.
Dude,
I
I
haven't
was there, I was there from 93 to 97.
Stop.
I was in the same class as Danny Knowles. I actually lived with Danny Knowles in that house.
You did?
Yeah,
You remember Matt Godwin?
yeah, totally. Great guy.
Nobody knows where he is. Do you know where he is?
No. He just disappeared.
I don't know.
Wow.
Someone told me he was a bodyguard somewhere or
on
something.
ChatGPT?
You could chat to I have looked him up. I haven't been able to find him. Yeah, they were like 2 quarters ahead of me. But I met Danny at New Beginnings when I was 19, 34 years ago.
Cool.
And then I was really good friends with Rochelle. We used to walk together in the mornings, and she's like, I think I like Danny. And she was dating, Danny was dating Carrie,
Oh yeah, I remember Gary.
and Carrie is my mom's chiropractor.
Oh, no.
She's such a cool person.
Yeah, Carrie Loon was off.
Yeah, so, and she's married to Mike Winasco. So yeah, we were there at the same time.
Wow, way cool.
I still love being a chiropractor. Some days I come home and I'm like, I earned my money today. Like yesterday, quick story and then I'm done. I have a guy who has one leg. He was born without a foot on his second leg. And yesterday he felt very, very strong about sitting right next to me while we were going through his health history. And he also felt really strong about taking the sock off on his leg, but he warned me that it smelled. So these are these are the days when I'm like, can you just go face down? Just go face down. I'll do anything for you to just go face down. I came home and I was like, honey, I earned every penny today. But he left saying that he didn't have to change his rearview mirror, and then I posted about it because that was an opportunity to post about. So
Yeah.
that was good. He came back in today. Another chiropractic kid born. So any other questions, you guys? Anything at all?
Thank you for your time,
This was
Jodi.
great. Thank you.
It was really nice to spend the evening with you. I don't know what else I would have done
Well, thanks.
other than lie on the couch.
Thank you
No,
for your time.
I'm really impressed that you guys are doing what you're doing and just keep carrying the torch and take 1% of what I said and run with it. Just 1%.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
Peace out,
Love you,
girls.
Jodi.
Thank you.
Bye, Dwight.
Bye.
Hey, Jodi, did you hear anything on Val lately?
Not for the past 6 months.
Okay.
How about you, Bill?
Well, I saw her earlier in the year. We were over in London.
You told me that.
Yeah, so she was not doing well, but she's positive and pushing forward.
Bill Henry's having a really hard time, so please just keep people praying for him. He's one of my favorite people.
Hmm.
All right, you guys, I'm gonna go enjoy my Saturday evening. You do the same.
You
Thank you.
thank you.
Bye.